Thank you for joining Section 5 of the WeatherTrack 2014 Spring Release Update. In this section, we will cover the hardware updates and tie up other loose ends for the conclusion of our spring update. We want to take this opportunity to show you the current hardware offerings from HydroPoint Data Systems, so you're up to speed with the WeatherTrack products you might see in the field. Let's begin by discussing the WeatherTrack ET Pro 3 and the WeatherTrack LC Central. Last year, the ET Pro 2 was succeeded by the new WeatherTrack ET Pro 3. The Pro 3 is now our standard commercial-grade product, and while it looks a little different from the Pro 2, the controller firmware is just the same. So, if you have experience navigating through the menus, questions, and answers of the Pro 2, it will be a simple transition to the new Pro 3 platform. Beyond the new push-button interface or faster 3G modem, the most notable enhancement the Pro 3 provides is the ability to manage two master valve and flow sensor setups. This will make it possible for WeatherTrack to provide flow management features on systems that have a looped main or other challenging flow configurations. Just like the Pro 2 before it, the Pro 3 comes in station counts ranging from 12 to 48 stations and is available in wall mount, pedestal mount, and chassis mount configurations. The WeatherTrack LC Central is our light commercial controller. Because it's designed for use on a smaller site, it has a smaller footprint on the wall, a plastic enclosure, and is available in 6, 12, and 18 station models. The LC has the added bonus of having a list price of more than 25% lower than a comparable station count with a Pro 3 controller. This lower cost solution is helping our smaller sites with LC controllers more easily hit their return on investment goals. Both the WeatherTrack ET Pro 3 and the WeatherTrack LC Central come with a year of WeatherTrack Central subscription included in the purchase price of the controller. This provides you access to many of the great WeatherTrack features like WeatherTrack.net, WeatherTrack Mobile, and our ET Everywhere weather service. The WeatherTrack ET Pro 3 2-wire controller now provides WeatherTrack control on a 2-wire system. For the WeatherTrack 2-wire, HydroPoint partnered with TwoCore, who is an industry leader in 2-wire technology. Together, our companies created a fully integrated 2-wire platform to provide a robust 2-wire system that has all of the smart control of a WeatherTrack. The WeatherTrack 2-wire can support up to 48 stations, and you'll need to plan on a field decoder for each station in the field. WeatherTrack ET Pro 3 2-wire also comes with a year of subscription included in the purchase price of the controller. So, just like the Pro 3 and the LC, once the controller is activated, it will seamlessly fit into your WeatherTrack.net account. The WeatherTrack FlowLink is a product we created to help find a cost-effective solution to implement flow management features onto an existing irrigation system. Let me explain. To install flow management features on an irrigation system, a master valve and flow sensor need to be installed at your water connection, and then a wire needs to be run from your point of connection to your WeatherTrack controller. The challenge that we faced was that on existing sites, the trench that needed to be dug to install that wire would oftentimes intersect with parking lots or retaining walls or other hardscape features. The cost of trenching around or through those features was so expensive that it made adding flow management economically unrealistic. To solve this problem, we provide the WeatherTrack FlowLink that allows us to eliminate the need for that expensive trench by building on to the irrigation components that already exist in the ground. The FlowLink comes with two separate parts, a controller transceiver, or CT, and a field transceiver, or FT, and the two work together. The controller transceiver is wired into your WeatherTrack controller for the purpose of powering and communicating the FT. To install a field transceiver, we first find a field valve that is installed closest to your point of connection, and then dig a trench from that valve to where you have installed your master valve and flow sensor setup. With the WeatherTrack FlowLink, that is the only trench you'll have to dig for this project. Now, we disconnect the two wires from our field valve and reroute them through our trench to use them to power the field transceiver. Once the FT is powered, it has the capability of managing the information and operation of the new master valve and flow sensor setup, as well as restore the operation of the field valve we borrowed the wires from. By using the two wires that already existed on the irrigation system, we eliminate the need for that costly trench across the parking lot, as well as simplify the installation of flow management features onto an existing irrigation system. To learn more about any of the hardware or WeatherTrack features discussed in today's spring update, please join me for a session of HydroPoint University. HydroPoint University offers webinar-style training in 7 total sessions that are pointed at WeatherTrack's 2 main audiences. The first type of training is Irrigation Manager training, or training for the irrigation techs in the field. The second type of training we call Water Manager training is for those folks who are interested in the information the WeatherTrack system can provide, but aren't necessarily the folks that are making the repairs in the field. So, for our irrigation managers, we offer Level 1 training, which is basic WeatherTrack controller and system training, or discussion of the features and benefits. With Level 2, we discuss all of the different alerts and ways that the WeatherTrack notifies you about the alerts the controller creates. The Level 3 training talks about the WeatherTrack scheduling engine and how to get the schedules to do what you want them to do. And on Level 4 training, the WeatherTrack Flow Management, we talk about installing and commissioning flow sensor master valve projects. For our Water Manager trainings, the Level 1 is called Water Management 101, where we discuss some of the principles of water management and how to keep an eye on your WeatherTrack project with learning some of the earmarks of a successful program. Level 2 talks about the advanced water management tools like Budget Manager and Drought Manager. And Level 3 is for our reports training, where we talk about all of the information contained in each of the WeatherTrack reports. In conclusion, we want to thank you for joining us today for the WeatherTrack 2014 Spring Update, where in 5 different segments we covered the introduction to the update, the Drought Manager, the WeatherTrack Compliance Tools, the WeatherTrack Central Management Tools, and the update on the WeatherTrack hardware. For more information about any of these topics, please contact your HydroPoint Data Systems representative or contact our customer support team at support@hydropoint.com.